Can you talk a little about recording with your castmates and what that was like, having the opportunity to do it together?
Well, most animated movies, believe it or not, when they make them, the actors record their voices alone. They just read their lines, and they skip over the lines of the other actors. And then the next actor comes in and fills in the blanks, and then they kind of piece it all together, and then you've got the scene. And it's worked very well for people in the past, but I was thinking, like, when I met with Rich Moore, the director of Wreck-It Ralph, would it be great if I got to actually see Sarah Silverman? Like, I'm a huge fan of her. She's so funny. Why shouldn't we be in the room together? Like, we have all these really intimate scenes together, like where we're getting to know each other, and there's this sweet back and forth, and there's a lot of like kind of smart aleck, one-upsmanship. Wouldn't it be great if we could be in the same room? And so Rich agreed, and pretty much every time you see me speaking to someone in the movie, the other actor was there in the room. So what that did is it gave us a lot of freshness to the dialogue. It allowed us to think on our feet and to come up with stuff beyond just the scripted words that would kind of, add to what we were doing.
So last question. Which audiences should see Wreck-It Ralph and why?
Well, I know everybody says this about their movie when they're out promoting it, that everyone will love this movie. Kids will love it, old people will love it. But the truth is, the movie really is perfectly suited to a number of different audiences. The video game characters themselves, like my character Wreck-It Ralph and Fix-It Felix Jr. and Vanellope, they're all kind of like, they have this childlike quality, a real innocence to them because they've just been trapped in their own little game. They're not aware of the wider world and all the complications of the real world. They live in this kind of suspended reality of their games. So that gives them this real kind of naive innocence that I think kids really find appealing. I think video games in general are very popular with both younger kids and especially teenagers. So if you're a fan of vintage video games or even some of the newer stuff, you'll find some really appealing a really appealing look at what happens behind the scenes. Like, if you've ever played a video game and allowed your imagination to wander, like, I wonder what it's like for Pac-Man when I don't put quarters in the machine. Like, it's kind of a creative leap, but I think a lot of kids actually do that. That said, if you're a parent or an older person going to see this movie, I think they're similar to a movie I really loved called Up. There are some things that are really going to resonate with older people. Like, what is it like to work for 30 years doing the same thing and be looking at maybe the later chapters of your life, let's say, and the sudden kind of quest for meaning. Like, is this all there is? Is this all life has for me? Like, what if I want like a surprise ending to my life story, So Ralph's journey is that. He just decides, like, I want to change. I want to shed this identity that's been, attached to me all these years, and I want to go out in the world. And I think a lot of people who are a little bit older than a lot of the kids that are going to love this movie are going to find some real common connection with that part of the story, and it's really going to resonate with them. So it really is a movie for a lot of different people.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.